In this video, we're going to look at two examples of function composition. Here, we're given two functions, f of x and g of x. F of x is defined as 9 divided by 1 minus 7x, and g of x is defined as 1 divided by x. So let's look at the composition of f of g of x. Remember that in this notation, we can rewrite it as f of g of x. So what we do now is we take this g of x function, which is 1 over x, and we're going to place it into the f function. So now this becomes my input into my f of x function. So now this is equal to 9 over 1 minus 7, and instead of x, I'm going to write 1 over x. This is 9 over 1 minus 7 divided by x. Now what I want to do is to try to simplify this. And this is a little bit tricky. So what we want to do is we want to find the common denominator in our big denominator here. So I'm going to take this 1 and multiply it by x over x. And that's going to give me 9 over x minus 7 over x. Now we have the common denominator on the bottom, so this now becomes 9 over x minus 7 divided by x. Now I have 9 divided by all of this, so I can write it as 9 divided by x minus 7 divided by x. Here we have a number divided by a fraction, so we know that we can flip this fraction over and change it to multiplication. So I'm going to reciprocate and multiply, and I can write 9 as 9 over 1, thus multiplying straight across. And this is going to be 9 over x is equal to x minus 7. Now this would be a perfectly legitimate answer, I think, in my stat lab. However, we can try to even simplify this some more, and no, actually we don't. This is going to be your answer for f of g of x. Now let's look at the composition the other way. Here we're going to do g of f of x, which is, as we can write it as g of f of x. These notations, again, are equivalent to each other. So here I'm going to take my f of x function and put it into my g function. So this is going to become g of 9 over 1 minus 7x. My g function is such that I do 1 over whatever my input is. So this becomes 1 over 9 over 1 minus 7x. This is just a reciprocal function here. So we can take the denominator and flip it and make another fraction, but I'll show you the steps. This is 1 divided by 9 over 1 minus 7x. So now I'm going to reciprocate and multiply as I did in the previous example, where it's going to be 1 times 1 minus 7x over 9. And this is going to give me 1 minus 7x divided by 9.